I don't know what has been happening. I'm the Shogun of Ogbomoso. I've just decided that this is the direction we are going. You understand? A governor dissolves his cabinet. He knows why he has dissolved the cabinet. They never explain to us why they dissolved the cabinet. You understand? They look at the cabinet and they feel there is a need for change. It's exactly what I'm doing. I'm the Shogun of Ogbomoso. I dissolved the cabinet. I dissolved the executive. I want us to go in a direction that I will want it to go as the grand patron of the Paragon. There's nothing that concerns me about what they've been doing and all of those things. But this is what will happen. That's what I'm saying. And there will never be two Paragons. This one will be the new one.
So the second question, among the caretaker committee members just announced, can any of them transmit or emerge as executive in the new?
This caretaker has 2 years to run this. Oh yes, there's nothing wrong in that. You understand? We will look at it and we'll look at their competency and we will see whether they will transition into it.
Recently, sir, anything that concerns the throne of Shogun, should be it's an interest to the people, to the public. So recently there was a release by the family of the immediate past Shogun, His Imperial Majesty of Dr. Jima Olaoye. So about an interview granted by Dr. Sakabalo. So it's a very disturbing option. So I don't know what reaction you have on that side.
One thing I don't want to do is to engage a would-be chief in the palace. The fact that he is careless about how he spoke, I will not be careless. I'm going to maintain my comments about the way he spoke. The things he said about the last show is unfortunate because he's not a young man. There is an expectation from an old person which he did not fulfill. The way he spoke about me is unfortunate. But like I said, I'm not going to, his own careless talk, I'm not going to engage in that. It's unfortunate what he said.
All right. So
the installation ceremony of Talogo, where is it likely to come up?
In fact, a very simple question. It's going to be in December, and he knows, you know, that's why I said his talk was careless. And he knows since last year that it's going to be in December. When he was given the money, the person who gave him the money, myself, and him, the three of us were in the same room, and he agreed that it was going to be December. That's why I said, what he says, I'm not going to engage in it. I'm not going to answer it. He himself knows it's December, and nothing will change it. It will be December. If he wants to be that position, it's going to be December. Let me tell you this. Many people, I think a lot of things have gone wrong. This road, people don't decide. Anybody who needs anything from this road does not decide how he's going to get it. It's not done. And I think he should know. It does not dictate when that is done. The person who sits on this throne, who is Oba Ghandi Afolabi, I decide who gets anything from this throne. He doesn't decide. And he knows. That's why I don't need to engage. He knows.
Right. Do you have more questions? Okay.
December is fast ambition.
Yeah.
So, and we have education summit, economic summit, and credit carnival coming up. What are we expecting?
You know, when I came on this throne, I was very clear about where I want this town to go. And that's why we set up 13 different committees for the progress of this town. What we are seeing is the actualization of that vision. And that's why I was speaking to the education committee that they have not seen anything. We have just started. Is the actualization of the plans that we have for the different committees that we are now seeing. You know, we had the digital economy earlier on in the year. Was it this last year or earlier on in the year? We are having now the education summit. We are having the economic summit next month. We are having the health fair in late October, November, where we are having about 100 doctors and nurses coming, and they intend to see nearly 5,000 people free of charge, giving them medication, giving them food, giving them backpacks, and all of those things. And then we have the cradle. So all of these things we have put in place, we are just seeing the actualization of them. So what I want our town to do and our people to do is to embrace all these things, because all the 25-year plan is for the development of the town, and they are the major beneficiary of all of these plans. So all we want is for them to embrace it and be part of it. You understand? And I believe that it will help our town, because that is the reason for the vision, is to bring progress to our town, is to uplift our town. And so seeing this education summit is not just a gathering. We want to impact the young people, because that is the future of our town. The future of our town is education, so that our people can be in the right position of influence. Do you understand? We don't want them to be gateway. We want them to sit at a table where decisions are made. And the only way is you have to have a basic education. Do you understand? So that's why we are trying and driving this education summit. And so we are giving out scholarships. We are making an awareness. The whole idea is for people to become aware of the impact and the necessity for education. The chairman of the committee spoke about the education trust fund, is to be able to help those who are needy. So somebody has a very good grade, he doesn't have the opportunity to get into school. We can see how we can access some of funds to help that individual. So that is the whole idea. We don't want our children not to go to school. We have to get school exciting for them, and for them to know the importance of education. The following month we have the economic summit for 2 days. The whole idea is to bring awareness to the economic activity. Do you understand? Of this type, we want an awareness to happen to people, those who are business people and all of this. And that's why we are bringing different people for the economic summit. You know, part of the plans we have, of course, we believe that the government will be able to make that. But those who are coming for it, the minister for trade and industry, she has said that she will come. The director general of BPP is going to come. This is Oba Ghandi, who used to be the former chairman of First Bank. She's going to come. And the reason why we are bringing these people is not a showcase of names, but showcase of people who can impact our people. That is the whole idea. We want people who can impact our people. So, for example, Mrs. Awoshika, we want her to share with us how small groups of women can be empowered and how they can have a lot of impact in the town. We have Carl DePito, who is the former managing director of BOI. We want him to speak on how we can access small businesses, how they can access funds for their businesses to grow. So each of them, there are strategic reasons why we brought them, is to impact our people and make a difference in them. And generally, we want people to have hope. You understand that this town can go forward, which is one of the most important things. And then I've shared with us about the medical outreach that the medical committee is putting together. It's well-being of our people. They are coming, like I said, 100 doctors and nurses and pharmacists. They're going to see, well, they want to see at least 5,000 people. They are going to give medication to the people, medication for nearly 6 months. They are going to diagnose what their sicknesses are, and all of this is free of charge. You understand that they are doing, they are not doing any operation, but we did another one earlier this year where they did operation for cataract and all of those things. But they are going to give out glasses. They are going to do dental. They are doing a lot of things, and it's free of charge. And so we want people to take advantage of this. People who can afford to go to the hospital, we want them to come and do their tests and all of those things. All of this is free of charge. They are going to give out bags. About 750 students are going to also benefit. So they are not only doing medical mission, they are giving out things. You understand? And they are giving out food to people also. And of course, we have the cradle in the center. You understand? And which we are believing it will be about 3 times the size of last year. You understand? And many people have said that they are going to come. And we should not forget that the cradle is supposed to bring our people together. It's to bring Ogbomoso alive for them again. For them to come home. We want people to start to come home. For them to embrace their culture and their tradition. And which we believe it will cause economic growth for our town down the line. You understand? And now they can believe in their town again. And that's the whole idea of why we are doing the cradle.
All right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Since you gave us the opportunity, but not have this opportunity again. So I have about 5 questions now. So number one, so you mentioned that you inaugurated 13 committees to work in conjunction with the 25-year development. Are you satisfied with the work of all these committees?
All right, that's a good question. The work of all the committees, let me say this to us, which is a very good question. What we are doing is never, we don't have somebody we can copy from. It's new. How many times have you met another that does do committees like ministries? It's not something that is normally done. So, and how many times do you see a town commit people into different committees? So we don't have a playbook for us to learn from. So, and many people still don't understand. And that's what Prof was talking. I said, we have not seen anything. It's over the time that people will now say, oh, so this is what we are trying to do. Do you understand? So many people don't understand how committee for town, the only committees that you hear is if they want to do an event that concerns the town. But for medical committee, education committee, hospitality committee, AI committee, computer, IT committee, you don't hear things like that. So we don't have a playbook. And the town doesn't have a playbook. But so far, we are very, very happy. When we look back to the past 1 year, we are very, very happy. And it's the result that we're seeing. These 3 things that we're, these 4, don't forget there's a cultural committee that is handling cradle, medical committee that is handling the medical vision, economic committee and job creation that is handling economic summit, education committee that is handling education summit. So we can see the results of all of these committees. All of them might not as function as they should, which is understandable because we are just starting. People still need time to be able to understand what we're doing. But for now, looking at it, I think it's a good story.
So secondly, sir, last year, was it last year or 2 years ago when you were restored? You went to your friend at Ziwari, and you made a promise then that there was a kind of a student exchange between Ogbomoso and Warri. We have not seen that thing, sir.
Yeah, we are putting it together. Those are the kind of things that when we are... I've not been here for 2 years.
You mentioned 1 year then.
Yes, but the logistics of it, we will work it out. We are working on it.
Then, sir, recently, Ogbomoso...
I don't know if I answered that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ogbomoso students in Ibadan, veterinary students, in March at the World Veterinary Students. So the education summit that is coming up in September is that kind of student going to be recognized to serve as a motivation to others.
I don't know about that, but you know, a lot of these things, we are just starting. And a lot of these things, they will naturally fall in place as we go forward. Even that kind of person will reach out to us, and we will reach out to that kind of person as time goes on. We are trying to do. Don't forget that we don't have a model to follow. We're the ones setting the model. That's the thing, and it's not arrogant. We're the ones setting the. We are cutting a course that we don't have, like I said, a playbook. That's what we're doing. We're cutting the course. I don't have any time to copy that they've done this, what we are doing. I don't have any time to copy. I'm the one that God gave the vision. So I'm going on as the Lord is revealing it to me. I'm going on. So it is at a teaching level. We will make mistakes. We will drop the ball. But in another 5 years, we won't be dropping the ball. And people will be learning from us as time goes on what we are doing.
So Kabesi, I was at the site of the Pedego Mega Wiki Center, so I see the place has been almost completed. So what's your expectation about this place?
You know, the Pedego, thank you for asking that question. The Pedego issue is one of the things that we are talking about. It's one of our early wins. I went to Pedego. The reason why I went there was that I heard that they were doing Ashoke. So I didn't even know anything like that existed in Ogbomoso. And now we have the Cradle Carnival. That on the last day, the agility day of the cradle, what we wear is Ashoke. So I was inspired that if they have a thing like that in Pedego here in Ogbomoso, what can we do about it? And that's the reason why myself and the chiefs, we went. And I was impressed, but also not impressed. Impressed that they're doing something like that here, but unimpressed at the level in which they're doing it. And so when one of our sons came to the palace and said that he has this amount of money and he wants to do a project, he has to do a project with that money in this town. When I went to Pedego, I promised them that we would improve this place. So that's why we told that person, can you build a center for us? And that's what he did. And my expectation is that in a couple of years, we will not need to go to Isai to do our Ashoke. We will be doing it here in Ogbomoso. And that's why we built a place that big. So this is part of the economic development that we are talking about.
Kabiyesi, on the controversy surrounding the issue of permanent chairman of state council, what do you have to say?
There's no controversy. There's no controversy. There's no controversy. Allah Olúbàdàn Soun rotation between the three of us. That one I can say.
You have answered it perfectly. That you are just chatting a part that has never been told. So it's looking at this, you have some tourist center in the country that are not developed. And so at Iresadu, there is one at Jindorun at the Resa Park, is a bottomless a kind of well, and some others like that. In relation with the Caribbean Carnival, we have planned to develop these sites in the future so that people who come for the carnival can also visit this place during the period.
If I ask you the question, I think you yourself you know the answer. I've just said it. I'm going to say it again. We have just started. We can't do everything in 1 year. Ogbomoso is not a village. Ogbomoso is the second largest city in Oyo State. So there are so many things, comprised of 5 local governments. So a lot of these things we will get to know them. For example, this bottleneck bit, I've never had it. They are saying it for the first time. Let me tell you this. A lot has been achieved in the past 1 year. A lot, I am telling you. Part of the cultural thing we are doing is the recreation of Ogori Elemotion. You understand? To become a movie on Netflix. And it has moved to an advanced stage. So there are a lot of things that we are doing that is not yet known, but they are surely going on. Like I've been telling people, in the next 1 year, we will hear a lot. We are number one of the strategies is to bring unity amongst the others, amongst all of us. You understand? Because united we stand. You understand? Divided we fall. So if we are united, the development will not be in one section of Ogbomoso. It will be all over, which is where we are going. And for example, where you mentioned a bottleneck pit, whichever Oba is over that place will tell us about it. And so people, there's going to be a major groundswell in this town very soon. When people start to come, then they will want to do something for their motherland. Just like this man who did this Federal thing. There are other people who are saying they want to do something. I met somebody in Canada who is going to build a police station for us in the south. You understand? He's not from the south, but he said we should tell him something. And I found out that we don't have a police station in the south. We have one in Owode. We don't have anyone in the north. We are building one now in Pakeoton area. And then we are going to do one in that place is the south. And then you understand? Yeah. So we're doing another police station. So that person, when he had me address them, he came to me in my hotel after and he says he would like to do a police station. We would like to do something. And I said, we will do a police station. Now we have 10 people who have committed, 10 or 11, who have committed to do boreholes. And the boreholes, we are spreading it around. I've called some of our chiefs and I've told some of our not chiefs, some of our obas, and I've told them we will give them boreholes. So a lot of things are going on, like I've told you, because it's development of the 5 local governments. That's what we are interested in. Do you understand? And people will start to find out that is not so much. Because let me tell you how I got the 10 people. They are all abroad. Because I told them that each ball will cost them only $2,500, which is nothing to them. And all the people there volunteer to do one ball each. So there are a lot of people who will do things in this town. All these 10, only 2 of them are from Ogbomoso. The others, they are not even from Ogbomoso. You understand? But whether they are from Ogbomoso or not, they are personal friends.
Your Majesty, some media houses would like to hear you in Yoruba, like NT and Parrots. But our viewers will also like to listen to you. So, over to you, NT.
Kábíyèsí o. Ní ṣókí ní èdè abínibí Ọlọ́run kó jẹ́ kí ẹ pẹ́ fún wa lórí àpèrè yìí. Ìgbà yín yóò sì tu gbogbo ìlú lára. Àwọn tí ó wà nílé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọ́n máa ń fẹ́ ká sọ èdè abínibí wa kí inú wọn tún fi lè kó tún lè dùn.
So go to your point.
Ní ṣókí náà ni pé ká kàn fẹ́ kẹ́ bá wa sọ àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ tó jẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ parapọ̀ àgbáyé ẹni pé ẹ ti ní kí àwọn kan wọ́n fi ìdálélẹ̀ náà fún àwọn tí ẹsẹ̀sẹ̀ yẹn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìgbìmọ̀ tí wọ́n máa ṣe àkóso lọ́nà nígbà kan. So afẹ́ kí ẹkàn bá wa sọ fún ìlú kẹ bá wa kéde fún wọn kí kálukú gbọ́ láti àsìkò yìí lọ àwọn ìdàgbàsókè tí ẹ sì tún wò síwájú afẹ́ kí ẹkàn rọra ìrìnà rẹ̀ fún wa níwọ̀nba. Kábíyèsí o.
Ìdí tí a ti gbé ìgbìmọ̀ dìde fún ọdún méjì síwájú láti wo ọ̀rọ̀ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ parapọ̀ àgbáyé. Ìdí tí a dẹ̀ fi gbé ìgbìmọ̀ yìí dìde ìgbìmọ̀ tuntun yìí àkọ́kọ́ òun ni wípé àti gbogbo ìgbìmọ̀ tó wà káàkiri ní ìsìn àfẹ́ kí wọ́n wà mọ́ kí wọ́n lọ fi ọwọ́ lẹ́rán kí wọ́n dẹ̀ fi ọwọ́ sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìgbìmọ̀ tuntun tí a gbé kalẹ̀ tí a fi Professor Ajíbóyè ṣe olórí àti ilẹ̀ Agbéra Àjàní ṣe akọ̀wé ìgbìmọ̀ yẹn. Ìgbìmọ̀ èèyàn 8 ni a fẹ́ kí wọ́n fi ọwọ́ sowọ́pọ̀. Ìdí tí a fi gbé ìgbìmọ̀ yìí kalẹ̀ òun ni wípé a fẹ́ kí a ṣe àtúnṣe fún ìwé tí àwọn èèyàn yìí tí wọ́n fi ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀. A fẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé ó ti wà fún bíi 100 ọdún. A fẹ́ kí àtúnṣe kí ó lè lọ sí iwájú sí i. Nǹkan tá a fi fẹ́ ṣe àtúnṣe yẹn nìyẹn. So kò ń ṣe èèyàn kan béèrè ìbéèrè pé ṣé nítorí àwọn kan tó wà ń bẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ kò ń ṣe pé nítorí ẹni tó wà ń bẹ̀ kankan tẹ́lẹ̀. Àsìkò kọ̀ tó nígbà tí ẹni tó wà ń bẹ̀ ní ìsìn tí ó ti kú. Àsìkò kọ̀ tó èmi bí Ìṣọ̀ún mo rò wípé àsìkò tó ní ìsìn ní àti tún ẹgbẹ́ náà kàtúnṣe fún ìlọsíwájú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́.
The so-called model society of the town called Parapo happens to have the youth wing. Are the youth wing also affected? Firstly, and secondly, out of all these people you inaugurated, I think somebody should be indigenous among them who stayed around to put the new committee through, like all the activities the past executive have been going through, so that they'll be able to scale through. And the time they need to hand over their past activities to the new committee. So what's the process going to be like?
They will decide that they will find a way of meeting with the old committee. And don't forget, that's why we have an advisory committee all the members of the advisory committee are the people who are presently serving. So it's not that they are not going to swim in on chartered waters. So they will have the advisory committee to help them and put them through. And let me say this, if a government can transition without somebody left in that old government into a new government, we can do exactly the same. Government transition all the time. You understand? The major people are the civil servants that help them. But they change all the ministers, all commissioners, all of them are changed. And the government doesn't stop long. So they will know. The people who are members of this committee are accomplished people. They will know how next they are going to go further. All we need is that everybody that is serving presently should cooperate with them. You understand? We are not going to have two paracots. We are only going to have one. And that's the one we are going to have. I want us to be that clear.
Ghandi Soun, what measures are you putting in place to ensure transparency among the new political committees?
The people we put there are people of integrity. So that's all I can say. The people of integrity, they will be transparent. You understand? So, and don't forget, all eyes are on them. Do you understand? There are people, number one, of integrity. They are accomplished people. You understand? We didn't just unpick people. We unpick those who have done something, who have the pedigree for us to look in at, and these are people who are accomplished in their own what's it called? So that's the criteria, and we believe that they will be transparent enough because they know all eyes are going to be on them. On this auspicious occasion, that we are poised to take another significant step forward in the ongoing efforts to advance the development of the Ogbomoso land. You will agree with me that the Ogbomoso is blessed to have numerous well-accomplished sons and daughters who genuinely love their ancestral home and are committed to pursuing the actualization of that development that we also desire. Therefore, any decision to undertake the focused mobilization of such a pool of prized human resources in that regard and galvanize them into a well-structured and coordinated people is very appropriate. The establishment of Egbe Omo Ogbomoso Parako over a century ago was conceived as a socio-cultural organization to promote unity and cooperation among communities in Ogbomoso sons and daughters who were resident outside the town. In the course of time, Parako grew in significance, became replicated in many Nigerian towns and cities, as well as in overseas. Their members began to establish businesses in Ogbomoso and equally engage in programs and activities meant to improve the lots of their people back home. Furthermore, the group had undergone reorganization at different times, achieved formal registration within the last 2 decades, and metamorphosed into an umbrella body for its affiliates and groups within Nigeria and in diaspora. Hence, the designation of the central body with headquarters in Ogbomoso and various zonal groups. At this junction, permit me to pay glowing tribute to late retired Justice Afolabi Olaoye, the immediate past president of Egbe Omo Ogbomoso Parako, who died recently after a brief illness. May his soul continue to rest in peace, and just as we beseech God Almighty to comfort members of his immediate family, as well as the rest of us, in Jesus' name. Late Justice Adeniran well acquainted himself, and he discharged his leadership responsibility in the most commendable manner. He was honest, transparent, accountable, and very resourceful, to the admiration of all. His tenure witnessed an important improvement in the running of Parapol, albeit with varying degrees of challenges, as we acknowledge the exemplary record and his achievements of these eminent jurist and the proud son of Ogbomoso land. I enjoin us, all stakeholders and committed believers in the Ogbomoso project, to stand ready to build upon his legacies. Further to the foregoing, it has become expedient to overhaul Egbe Omo Ogbomoso Parapol Agbaye and reposition it in order to address the aforesaid challenges that meet the demands of the socio-economic as well as political realities of the present times. This move has taken added significance because Parapol is observed to have relatively made only marginal progress when compared with the accomplishments of other socio-economic groups that exist in some of our neighboring towns and cities. Additionally, it is believed that a repositioned Parapol will also complement the various ongoing efforts aimed at achieving the core purpose of the Parapol. And especially, we need a Parapol that will be in tandem with the 25-year development plan that we have for Ogbomoso land. As the grand patron, the Soun of Ogbomoso land, of Egbe Omo Ogbomoso Parapol Agbaye, and after due consideration, I hereby announce the dissolution of the present Executive Council, and we want to replace them with what I call a caretaker committee for the time being. The caretaker committee is to commence sitting immediately and must take concrete steps that will lead to the emergence of a new executive council, which I shall inaugurate in December by the grace of God. The new caretaker committee for Egbe Omo Ogbomoso Parapol Agbaye is composed of eminent and accomplished sons and daughters of Ogbomoso land, who have distinguished themselves in their various fields and vocations. Members of the committee are as follows: Professor Josiah Olusegun Ajiboye will be the chairman of the caretaker committee. Rear Admiral Jacob Ajani, retired, will be the secretary. Professor Oyelowo Oyewo will be a member of the committee and a legal consultant to the committee. Professor Thomas Oyelami will be a member of the committee. Alhaji Barrister Abdul Fatai Owodunni will also be a member of the committee. Alhaji Cousin Olaoye will also be a member of the caretaker committee. Barrister Mrs. Fumi Ashaolu will also be a member of this committee. Alhaja Mulikat Usman will also be a member of this committee. For ease of operation and to preserve the institutional memory as well as achieve continuity, an advisory committee comprising of selected members of the dissolved Executive Council is hereby constituted to support the caretaker committee. Please, let's note that they are only in an advisory position. The committee stands as the final authority for putting together Egbe Omo Ogbomoso Agbaye. The committee is given the right to put it together, and the following people are just in the advisory committee and to be consulted only as needed. Engineer Lanre Ogunwole, Chief Akintunde Okesoya is a member. Honorable Michael Abioye is a member. The chairman of Lagos Ogun Zone is a member. Mr. Ezekiel Aladeojo, who is in charge of Southwest 1, Ibadan Zone, is a member. Mr. Thomas Kolawole Olaleye, Southwest 2 Zone, which includes Osun Zone, is a member. Alhaji Mustapha Akin, who is in charge of the Northern Zone, is a member. Dikin Peter Ajagbe, who is in charge of the Central, that is Kwara Kogi Benue Zone, is a member. Prophet Isaac Ogujimi, who is in charge of Southwest 3, that is Edo, Ekiti, and Ondo Zone, is also a member. And all chairmen of all overseas Ogbomoso social cultural organizations that is affiliated with Parapet are also going to be in the advisory committee. Finally, I wish to sincerely congratulate the glorious children of Agility for having been found worthy to undertake this very important assignment, while praying for their continued sound health, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to deliver excellently on their assignments. Let me seize this opportunity to appeal to all and sundry to wholeheartedly support and adequately cooperate with them. God bless us all, and God bless our land. Amen. Ogbomoso Agbewa. Amen.
Thank you so much. We want to give room for question from you, gentlemen of the press. Do you have questions for Kabisi? You mentioned your media house, and you go straight to your question.
Kabisi,
Yeah.
Afolabi Olaoye Ogbomoso Insights. So first, I want to welcome you back for your vacation abroad. It is my prayer that God will continue to uphold you. Well, sir, my first question is on the transition of Justice Adeniro. So, whose burial program, I believe, has been announced. So, and you mentioned that the executive members of the association is hereby dissolved. So is it the national ESCO that is dissolved or the branches also?
All of them. All the executive, national executive, and the different ESCO that oversees different zones and everything is hereby
All
dissolved.
national ESCOs, not the zone. All ESCOs in all the zones.
In all the zones.
And the caretaker committee has been announced together by Professor Sheikh Majiboye.
Yeah.
So what exactly will be the function of
All right.
caretaker committee, sir?
The caretaker committee is to reposition Egbe Oba Ogbomoso Parapọ̀ Àgbáyé for it to be contemporary, for it to act as the voice of Ogbomoso sons and daughters. The events for an association that was formed about a century ago. Such organization needs a complete overhauling and a complete direction. And we need a complete direction because of this 25-year agenda that we have in this town. So we have to re-strategize what is the Parapọ̀ really about. And so the dissolution is not a problem at all. I believe that those who were put together, and that's why we put each of the chairmen of all the zones, they will continue to act with them in an advisory something. And it's just an hiatus that is going to happen. It's just a short period. They will be able to put together what would be the criteria to put together all these other associations that are all over.
What is it? I'm Larry Badamosa from Barrett FM. What is the expected timeline for implementing these changes?
Between now and December, they will have come up with a minimal framework of how we will be able to go further. And by December, they would tell us the criteria of how the zones will be formed. You know, the thing is that we know we have the Ibadan CCI that speaks for Ibadan. We don't have a strong Parapọ̀ that speaks for us. And with our agenda, we need a strong socio-economic group that will speak on behalf of our town on a lot of issues. So I believe that the timeline for that is by December, when we will also do a formal inauguration of the committee. They will be able to tell us where we are going. So by December, they will be able to tell us where we are going and how all these other associations, what it's going to take to start an association. Do you understand? And that's what will happen.
My name is Ghandi. I'm a video director and TV producer of Afolabi Olaoye on African Magic. Keep watching DriveTV.
olólùfẹ́ DriveTV àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí Fẹ́mi Sola ẹ máa wo DriveTV. Keep watching DriveTV.
My name is Wole Agba. Taking this time out to tell you all that you keep watching DriveTV. What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ ní ògo ẹ̀? What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ fulfilment? What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ bí tó bá lọ? Ó ní iṣẹ́ rìn. Ibi ni kò máa wò DriveTV. Thank you. Chloe.
DriveTV, driving you around the world.